guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So Nicki Minaj revealed yesterday on her Instagram that she received some flowers from the Queen Bee and the Carters, okay? And so they congratulated Nicki Minaj for obviously receiving the Vanguard Award. Now, if you guys have been following my second channel, So T Ash Miracle, I said that a lot of people in the industry are definitely watching Nicki Minaj and very much impressed with how she was able to come back after being blackballed for years. And that don't rule out a Beyonce and Nicki Minaj collaboration. Even though I wouldn't be shocked if she collaborated with other female rappers too. But the Carters are definitely watching Nicki Minaj. And mind you, like I said in my post yesterday, when Nicki Minaj received flowers for her pregnancy in 2020, Camel Face never put his name. It was only Beyonce's. Okay? So the fact that he put his name and he knows Nicki Minaj is going to post it, he wants people to know that he's cool with Nicki Minaj. And people may be wondering, why would the Carters care if people know that they still cool with Nicki Minaj? Well, here's the thing. No shade to Queen Bee or Camel Face, but they were nowhere to be found during the hate train. Okay, let's be all the way 1,000. There was no shout outs. There was no flowers, no Ivy Park packages sent to Nicki during the hate train. Okay, let's be very clear. And they don't have to, okay? But a lot of these industry people turn their backs on Nicki Minaj. But now that they see her winning, they want to show love. And Camel Face and Beyonce are not above that. They did the same thing with Meek Mill. When Meek Mill was at the height of his career, he just came out of jail. He got the collaboration from Drake. Everybody was around Meek, keying with him. But now that Meek is flopping, Roc Nation no longer works with Meek Mill. Remember, Beyonce shouted him out on a song with DJ Khaled and Future. There's no shout outs no more. Okay? And Camel Face came out and said he could never beef with Meek. Of course he could never beef with Meek because he would ruin Meek's career. Duh. But with that being said, I would not be shocked if they collaborated. And I'm not mad at them sending Nicki Minaj flowers. I'm just saying it's a strategic move. Rihanna and Drake did the same thing. When Nicki was going through the hate train, Rihanna followed Remy Ma. You know, she was cool with Lil' Kim and Remy Ma. She wasn't giving Nicki Minaj a time of day. Now that they're flopping, she's following Nicki again. Okay, after unfollowing her. So, I mean, it happens in the industry where people just come back around once they see you winning. It just happens like that. Moving on to Zendaya and Drake. Will Drake and Zendaya become gatekeepers in the industry? Okay. I have a feeling that Drake definitely will become a gatekeeper within the next 5 years. A lot of people look to Drake for a cosign. We just heard Tory Lanez complain about how he sent Drake music and Drake has never done a collaboration with him. Like, a lot of people, even though Drake musically to me fell off, he has a lot of pull and he has a lot of power in the industry. And a lot of people like to be attached to Drake because of his Jewish connection. Drake is the reason why Wayne and Gucci can go to Canada with their criminal history. Okay, and that's just facts. He has a lot of pull. So that's why a lot of people like to be attached to Drake. And Zendaya's popping right now. She's a producer on Euphoria. I can see her being a gatekeeper if she's around the next 10 years. Okay, because she already got a lot of pull at HBO and Netflix. And she will also be producing other shows in the future. She produced a show on Netflix or a movie on Netflix. It was kind of corny to me. I didn't really like it, but it still did well on Netflix. So shout out to Zendaya, shout out to Drake. You know, I can't even hate because they're winning. Moving on to Zendaya, it has been reported that Zendaya will be working with an icon, a legend. So it has been reported that Doja Cat and Dolly Parton will be featured in a Mexican pizza musical on September 15th to celebrate the return of the menu item. Me personally, I really don't care about a musical for a Taco Bell pizza roll. Like, that's not something I'm interested in. But at least Doja Cat is getting a bag. And maybe people will forget about those basic clothes that she tried to release and say it was fashion. Because it was giving nap. It was giving, it should have stayed in the trash. But, at least she's getting a bag. Moving on to Cardi B and Tasha K. So the cycle continues because it looks like Tasha K, according to Rolling Stone, has filed another appeal because she lost her defamation lawsuit with Cardi B earlier this year. And she basically says she wants this thrown out because Cardi B technically never denied the alleged untrue statements, okay? And she still believes that Cardi B had these, things on her lips and that allegedly Cardi B slept with, men for money. Now, what I was shocked about during this case is how, Tasha K and her team never brought up the fact that Cardi B was accused of, giving men substances and robbing them. Did she ever bring that up in her case? Because I don't recall that ever being brought up. But with that being said, Cardi B obviously has the better attorneys, so it's going to be easier for her to win. But I still think that it's going to be difficult for her to get that money from Tasha K. Okay? Because Tasha K has been moving very strategically, moving money around. She's renting out her house. She's barely on YouTube right now. So she's been moving very strategically. So it's going to be hard for Cardi B to get that money from Tasha K. To be quite honest, I don't even think it was really worth it because Cardi B spends more time in the courtroom than she does in the studio. Okay? Every time we talk about Cardi B, it's more about her cases and less about the music. Okay? She needs to focus on that. Moving on to the City Girls. Somebody asked me through DM, do I still believe that the City Girls are done? Do I feel like they will eventually split up? Well, they did temporarily split up. They just never really officially announced it. But Caresha released a solo song last year. I think it was called Sex Talks or Coochie Music. It was called something like that. Freaknik. Whatever it was called, it flopped, okay? And that's why Caresha couldn't even go solo. Caresha was trying to go solo last year, but you guys did not support her music. So with that being said, of course they have to get back together to make some money. Because every time they release solo projects, you guys don't really support. Now, you guys support Caresha Please, but y'all don't really support Caresha's music. Okay? And no shade to Caresha, but JT is obviously the more talented one in the group. She's the person that needs to go solo, but she's not as out there as Caresha. Moving on to Kendrick Lamar, just quickly, he put out a short film called We Cry Together. And this is why Kendrick Lamar, to me, is the king of rap. Because Kendrick Lamar, artistry as a male rapper is just out of this world. Okay? Now, the only thing I really did not care for in this short film was, obviously the sex scene. I didn't feel like it was necessary. But I understood where he was trying to go with it, but I didn't feel like that was necessary because I don't really like Kendrick in that way. I like him because of his talent. I don't think he's necessarily sexy, and I don't think he tries to be a sex symbol. But with that being said, though, the short film was good. He had the girl Taylor Page in there. She used to date Jesse Williams from Grey's Anatomy, I believe, and then also she used to be on a show on Netflix. But this is why I like Kung Fu Kenny, because his talent and the way he puts effort into his music videos are out of this world. See, Drake don't put this type of effort in, okay? He drops a mediocre song. He does a few dances and then, he goes to the club and tries to promote it. He's lazy. But Kendrick Lamar shows why he's the king of rap. And this is why we should call him the king of rap from now on. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing day.